Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason speaking, giving you a behind the scenes look at Season 3. So today we just started out filming for Season 3, and I'm going to take you guys on a tour of the set and get a look at what's going on right now. So nothing too special, we're just getting started, but I think you guys are going to really like what you see. So let's get started. So here we have the set itself. So the first set that I'm filming on was just titled 2 Tracks Next to Field. Pretty basic. The reason why it has such a generic name is because there's lots of like basic sets that I'm gonna do. Like there's gonna be 3 tracks next to field. So that way I can do lots of like different locations, so that way, you know, accidents happen in different places and things, and you aren't always seeing the same stuff happening in the same locations. So I'm filming on about 70 different sets, so it's going to be kind of crazy this summer, but I think we can handle it, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy the final product. So let's take a look at some of the things in this set that I really enjoy. So first off, I love how there's like 2 main angles I can get here. So like we've got this side where I can get, you know, this track coming down, which I think is awesome. I love how you get kind of the, not industrial, but like the farm look in the background. Like you can see some buildings there. And then you got the field right in the center, and you have this curve that goes past. So there's plenty of angles and opportunities with that. Then there's this other side, so you can actually get kind of similar shots, but with the field on the opposite end. We have our dear friend, Mr. Squirrel there, watching Thomas as he goes by. So I think it's gonna be great. I love all the background stuff I was able to incorporate in it. This is like probably my favorite part of doing doing the series, is creating these cool locations and stuff that weren't necessarily in the classic series, but totally could have been with the type of layout and stuff. So yeah, I'm really happy about what we've got so far. So there's a lot of things coming up. I will probably film more behind the scenes locations as I go along and keep filming. So for now, you guys can just enjoy this. Here's kind of a far away look, so you guys can get an idea of what the set looks like. So it's on a table there with the backdrop hanging behind it. So yeah, I think it's gonna be great. I think you guys are really going to enjoy the final product. So see you later. Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason speaking, giving you a behind the scenes tour of Season 3. So today I have been filming on multiple locations. This is the second one, and I'm about to move on to a third location. So this is just called the 2-track S-track. I'm pretty plain and boring with the names. Maybe I'll come up with like creative like names for this. This can be Topham Curve or something, I don't know. But yeah, so this is kind of an aerial view, something interesting you guys might like to see. You can tell the only areas that'll be like in the actual shots are the areas that have ballast on the sides. And I just use fish pebbles for ballast. I used to use some larger type of rocks, but then I couldn't find them anymore, so I had to switch over. But I think it looks good, so kind of a pain to set up. But yeah, over there you can see my extra special surprise for Season 3, good old Daisy. Don't know when I'm gonna actually reveal to everyone that I have her, but I've been dropping hints here and there about it. So yeah, this is what's going on with that. Just finished filming all this, so that's why all this stuff's kind of scattered everywhere, because I pull it out and then I get too lazy to put it back immediately. So yeah, maybe I'll climb down from the ladder so you guys can see what it looks like down here. So this is the shot we were going for right here. So you guys have seen it. See a couple of other angles. So yeah, it's pretty much all just set up so that way you can get one particular shot out of it. But it's a good shot. I like it. I like them twisting around. It gives some variety to the countryside. So yeah, that's it for now. I'll probably do another behind the scenes soon where I'll kind of give a full look at the studio, so you can tell that that's on a table and that was the ladder I was standing on. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.
Hello there, everyone. It's Sidekick Jason speaking. Going to give you guys another behind the scenes tour of what's going on here while I'm filming season 3. So the past couple of days I've been working on various sets and stuff. I've been filming a couple each day, and we're just about to finish up for the day, and it's going to be the weekend. So I'm going to take the weekend off, maybe work on a couple of other projects at home. But that's what we've got going on right now. I'm going to resume on Monday and film maybe 2-3 more sets. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm going to take you guys on a quick tour of kind of the studio part of my area that I have down here, to show you guys. I'll leave the other half and like my storage stuff, editing area for another behind the scenes video. But let's take a look. So we've got the set here, and we have the iconic Terrence's Field from season 1, as you can see. So there it is in all its glory. Thomas and Terrence just enjoying one another's company down there. So that is that. So normal shot, what it is in reality. So yeah, that's what we've been working on today. I'm going to take that down in just a minute. So let's back up here so you guys can kind of get a idea of what's going on. So this is the layout. It's a square table. It's got legs that have wheels on them. So originally when I started filming for season 2, I had an area that was literally half the size of this. So you can see how there's a grass mat here. The space was only big enough for 1. Now I've doubled the space, so now it's big enough for 2. The big issue that I have though is I try and move everything to the center so that way I can get better lighting and stuff on it. But when I reach in, this is like as far as I can get. So I can barely get to the center at times. It makes things kind of difficult, but it's okay because I mean, it allows me to do more. The sets aren't as much confined. I'm able to kind of warp the background more to fit the actual location and stuff. And I think the sets just look overall better having this. I don't know how, well, I don't know what's going to happen in the future if I'll be able to continue to have a space like this. We'll see. I mean, I would prefer to just have my series go on even if I have to have a smaller set than like, no, I'll only film if I have this double giant table. But we'll see. I mean, I bought the supplies for all this, so I mean, I'll still have it. It'll just be in storage. The problem is finding a space when I have the time. So yeah, the backdrop, as you can see, is on these pole-like things that are clamped down. My father was nice enough to help me create those. So they are in the background. There's 5 of them. I should probably get more because you can see how it's like there's the little waves that goes through the backdrop, and I don't like that. But there's not much I can do unless I get more of them, so we'll see. So yeah, the table itself, let's see if I can show you guys how it rotates. So I can pull it out, so come back even farther, and then I can spin it, so that way there's more potential for more shots and stuff. So I could literally build a set that's 360 degrees and I could film on any of it just as long as I was able to rotate the table. So probably the best feature about using this new design layout, I mean, I mimicked everything that I could from the classic series and I think it turned out awesome. So I'm really happy to be filming with this. It takes a little bit longer than before and I wasn't anticipating that, but it's okay. So yeah, there are 6 legs down there that's rotating on. I almost wish I had done like 8 legs or something because it's it gets bowed right here in the center because there's not anything holding it. So yeah, kind of a gross story. So today I was editing and I look over and I see like something giant moving on the ground. And I was like, what on earth is that? And turns out it was a spider. So I ran it over with the wheel. So yeah,
I am not a fan of spiders, and I especially don't like them hanging around my set when I'm trying to film because they are the last thing I would want to have in a shot. So, you know, that sounds like a horror movie in Thomas having a giant spider all of a sudden appear. And it was not a small spider either. That was not enjoyable. So, yeah, so this is kind of the studio portion of the area. I think I'll talk about lighting and stuff in the setup and the train cabinet and stuff on another video. So thanks for watching, guys.
Pleasure doing another behind the scenes video with you guys, and I hope to see you soon. Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason giving you guys another behind the scenes tour of our studio and what's going on with filming season 3.
So today we are looking at the famous, well, not really that famous, it's not even that well known, the station Toryrek that appeared in seasons 3 and 4 of the TV series. It's probably one of my favorite branch line stations on Thomas's branch line. Yeah, it's like, well, I'm not usually a fan of the single track stations, but like for some reason I really like this one in the fact that it incorporates the road, and I was able to make it since I was doing Lower Sudbury, which is the exact same station building, and so it was like cool to kill two birds with one stone and have another station to film on. So I'm excited. A lot of fun stuff happens here in the season. I just also finished a couple of remakes on it. So the points right here is meant to go to Daisy's shed. In the remakes, I actually just barely added those, so they're not a part of the actual season because I just barely finished filming everything on this set. So I'm about to take all of this down so that way I can work on the next one. So yeah, I'm running really behind today on stuff. I set up the set yesterday and I was planning on only spending half the day on this, but it ended up being way more than I thought and time consuming. Plus, okay, so a little backstory. I also slept only 4 hours last night, and then I got up and ran 4 miles. And I've concluded that when you run 1 mile for every 1 hour of sleep you get, you end up really exhausted. So yeah, today's been a very tiring day standing. I've been slower than usual and it's put me behind. So yeah, the office complex that I am in right now is going to close soon, which means that I need to hurry and wrap this up. So my plan is before 5 o'clock rolls around, I am going to take down this set really fast and I'm going to set up the next one, maybe film a few things on it if I get enough time, and at least just to make some progress so that way I'm on that one. So yeah, that is that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Sorry it's not anything too over the top special, but it is behind the scenes and something interesting for you guys to look at. We will take a look at that train cabinet over here next time. Well, hopefully next time. Hopefully next time I will be not running behind schedule like today. So, all right, take care. See you guys next time.
Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes tour of our studio. So today we're going to be looking at something a little different than usual. I had the opportunity to have this set up this way, so I was like, well, might as well do a behind the scenes so that way you guys can take a look at it. This is going to be a little more actually behind the scenes than normal. So without further ado, I'll just show you guys.
So right now you are seeing the beautiful set in its nothingness form. Plain, simple, boring. So yeah, this is like literally behind the scenes so you guys can actually see how my setup is done. So if you look, I've got 5 poles with clamps on top, and each one is used to hold up the canvases. So I've got 4 different canvases that I was lucky enough to have a friend paint for me my freshman year at college. So there are the 4 of them. I've got daytime, nighttime, evening, and then like stormy, cloudy. So, and then each of them have a different set of lights that I turn on, or something I do in post-production that allows me to alter the, the environment to make it feel more like that particular time of day. So yeah, so this is like nothing right now, so that way you guys can kind of see. So if you ever want to, you know, copy my setup, it's pretty simple. You just get 5 poles, make bases for them, get a table, make legs for them with wheels, and then suddenly you've got a set like Sidekick Jason. So yeah, this is what so far. Ooh, nearly tipped that over. So yeah, I thought I'd show you guys around a little more about this. So those pieces of wood down there and the 2 that are right there are used to hold up the backdrops. I'm referring to these, which were specially printed by a friend of mine. I found the images, photoshopped them, and had a friend print them for me. When I did season 1, I only had the countryside, but now I've got the countryside, a mountain landscape, and then I've also got an ocean backdrop as well. Do not ask me to get them for you guys because I can't. The friend who printed them spent a lot of money on expensive printing paper. This guy's a professional photographer, and he let me use part of his studio and stuff. In return, I had to help him out with a couple of projects he was working on. But so he was kind of have to do it for free, but like I can't like ask him to do more. So it is only for me. Sorry, my apologies for those who want. But I'm sure there's plenty of ways that you guys can get similar backdrops. Searching online, I'm sure that there's a lot more images out back now than there was when I was searching for these. I mean, I printed these probably 4 years ago. So yeah, anyways, so let's take another look at what's going on here so you guys can see. The reason why I had to take everything down is, so I like to film everything like as close to each other as possible. So like all the behind the scenes you guys have seen so far, if I'm uploading these chronologically, I don't know if I'm going to or not, but everything's been on like a green grass mat and the same type of countryside background. That's because I don't want to have to keep changing everything out constantly. And so I'll just have that set up, and then I'll rearrange, you know, the tracks and everything that I need to, so that way minimal amount of change to save me the most amount of time. But what happened is I had to film for the Thomas Creator Collective again, so I had to take everything off because I had to film with a tan grass mat instead of the green one. So I had to film on that beauty. Although I don't know if I want to call it a beauty. I am not the biggest fan of this object, this supposed station that's actually a shed. Yeah, it's been kind of a pain to film on it, honestly. So yeah, whenever you guys are finally watching this, when I decide to upload it, it is currently summer of 2017, and I just finished filming for Thomas and the Superstation. So when you guys can look back and realize how long it's been, like from whenever I upload this to this current time. So yeah, so that's, I just kicked something over. So that's what I've been working on. That's why everything got taken down. That's why I decided to show you guys what it looks like, you know, bare minimum here of just plain nothingness. But while we're here, I'm also going to take a moment to show you guys another important thing, is the lighting setup. Dun, 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 dun. So when I started filming season 2, I used 2 of these lights. These are just like normal shop lights you can buy at like any given store, really. I got mine at Walmart, just my local Walmart, picked them up. So I originally had 2 of them, which are actually, so the one that's on the left and the right here, those are the 2 that I used for season 2. And I regret only using 2. Well, to kind of explain why the lighting is the way it is. So when I filmed season 1, I actually used natural lighting because I was filming in my upstairs bedroom. So I literally would film during the day, crack open the window just a little bit, and I was able to use the natural daylight to, you know, create a wonderful wonderful lighting on the set. When I filmed season 2, I was kicked out of my upstairs bedroom and sent to the downstairs bedroom, which was bigger, and my little brothers moved into my old room. But the problem was that there was not enough natural lighting to do that, so I had to get these lights instead. And so I set up 2 of them, so the 2 on either side, and I only had those, and I thought it was sufficient for what I was doing until later when I was filming for the Creator Collective, and I realized just how dark my footage was compared to other people's, and I was like, okay, I gotta upgrade, I gotta get more lights. So I have since bought more lights for the second half. Okay, so after I filmed, let's see, it would have been Night of the Diesels, Brother Bother, around that time. So we're talking like June, July of 2016. I was able to get more lights, and so I got 2 more, and so I set those up, and they were so now I had 4, and I also realized what I could do in post-production to brighten things up, and I think it turned out phenomenal what I was able to do with it. I mean, I had gotten comments from people who had just said that it was absolutely like huge improvement. Some people said that my lighting now rivaled that of, some of the CGI, in particular Diesel D199's lighting. Like I had Enterprising Engine 93 say that like my lighting had gotten so good that literally like it matched his, and he has total control over his lighting. So I was like, well, sweet, if I've matched, similar to that means that I've done well if it's got to that point. I think it's brighter, it's more colorful. I think kids enjoy it. It's definitely moving towards that season 3 style of, visuals that I really like. So I had 4, and then when I was filming this past year for the collective, I just continued with 4, but I had a different setup. That was when I switched to the big table. So you can tell with this that there's, 2 separate pieces of plywood board. So before October of 2016, I only had half this space. I literally had 1, and it was propped up against a wall. But when I took all my trains down to school to film for the collective, I was able to expand and have 2 of them. And I think it turned out great. But I had to set up the lighting different because I had to have stuff above and below. Plus now that the table rotated, it changed things because before it was kind of, stationary. I could it was pretty straightforward. So then when I moved back home, and I didn't move my trains home, I moved them to a office complex, which is where we are now. And I realized I still needed more lighting and stuff, especially for filming season 3. I was fine with it, like for the collective and stuff, because the thing that was cool about filming with the collective is as over time I was progressing and getting better, and it wasn't like there was a consistency error. Whereas in order for me to make the changes that I needed to really improve, like I couldn't do that doing my own series, because then you would notice like, oh, on this set in season 3 it's poor quality and this is better. So this allowed me to improve, and then now I've got kind of a standard higher quality that I'm able to do for my own series. So I bought more lights when I came back, and now, so the setup is 6 lights. So I've got 3 in the center, and then I've got 3 on the outside, and the 3 outside ones are angled down towards the set. And the reason why is, so you'll notice the backdrop there is all on one side, the table's in the center, and then the lights are above there. So it's set up exactly that I will be always filming from this angle. Like I will be pointing in towards the backdrop. I mean, I can do some this way and some that way, but it's more intended that I will be turning the table rather than me actually running around it. Whereas before I had to literally move the camera to fit every different direction. So yeah, so the lighting is set up to all face down. The triangle here in the center is meant to be getting the overhead, making sure that there's just light on the set. And then the outer ones, so the 3 big ones on the outside, they're intended to actually brighten the faces for the shots. There's also just random, little lights that are here down in this room that weren't here, well, that were here before I started filming. Yeah, I think that's enough for today. Another time I'll actually explain the other lights, if you can see them, and kind of explain my setup with that. But I will save that for another time because this is probably running a little too long. So anyways, thanks for watching. Talk to you guys soon.
Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason giving you guys another behind the scenes tour of our layout. So today we've got a rather non-traditional
layout. It is the roadway setup. The unique thing about this is that there is no railway tracks in it at all. It's the only set that does not contain any. So basically, this set is, I mean, it's not even a recreation of anything from the classic series. I did two of them for my first season, where one was like a generic, like the road literally just like went out and around and back so that I could film straight shots. And then I had another one that was a little more complicated. Then for season 2, I did something similar to this where I kind of created this whole roadway layout, but I mean, I only had half the size of the table, so like I had to, I mean, it was a lot smaller. Plus this last spring, I bought like a huge bulk amount of track from eBay, so I was able to do this cool giant layout. I've really enjoyed it. It's been different. I mean, everything that I film with pretty much has to be pulled by a string, which can get really complicated at times. But this set has been awesome because it's like, you know, Tommi, they call it Thomas Motor Road and Rail. Like, I mean, the road was important, like an important part of the railway track system and stuff. Like it was a part of it. Then Trackmaster took over. They used like some new kind of roadway system that I don't even think had any like switches. I think it was literally just like, I think it was just straights and curves, and I think they did like a crossing, and that was pretty much it. So, well, they had risers too. I know that they had the slopes, but like that was it, and it died off during the Hit Toys era for the most part, and then they focused on the construction vehicles thing instead, which I think was kind of a mess. But then Fisher Price took over and they never even picked it up. So kind of a shame, because I mean, it used to be called Thomas Motor Road and Rail, so it used to be such a big part of it. Now it's not. But it's cool like building this, because it reminds me of the back of the boxes you would see on the Tommi layouts, and they had so much stuff, and so it's cool like building something like this of this scale. It's just, you know, all road. Like it's something you'd see on like the back of those packages. So it'd be kind of fun to maybe do that with all the track that I have now and put a bunch of engines on it. We'll see. Maybe I can do something like that in the near future. Filming's a little more important right now. So yeah, so I'll kind of explain some things about this. So I just finished filming everything on it, so I'm gonna take this down like immediately after I film this little video for you guys. So the different components are, I pretty much just like mix things from like random buildings and stuff. So we've got this hill and bridge, and that's from Glenlock Station, or it was called Glenlock when I was doing season 2. And then some miscellaneous buildings that were used on the lakeside layout. I pulled in the castle from the Castle Causeway set, which I thought was pretty funny. I mean, it's a cool set dressing in the background. I mean, Sodor has plenty of old castles, so why not? There's a field there. Then there's like, you know, a little pasture area where I threw in cows, goats, horses. I don't know. I just pretty much threw everything. There's like even a random sheep in there. But yeah, it was cool having 2 roads pass by each other, kind of like having 2 lanes. It's a shame they never made anything like that. It's a real disappointment that Playrail actually stopped doing the road as well. I mean, you can't collect this stuff anymore. I mean, it's just pretty much eBay is the only place where you can find it. So kind of a shame. So back here we have stuff from the timber yard. So it's, you know, muddy. Just, I guess it's the muddy part of the roadway layout. So kind of a cool thing. It mixes things up. It's cool. I like the little hills that we've got here. I think that's kind of gives fun variety. I have a story in the future. I didn't film it with these, that it's actually like a whole plot takes place around these little hills. Maybe I'll get like a 3rd set or something, but it actually is about our dear friends, the horrid lorries. So you'll see more about them later. So then also over here, I got like this mini yard, which is really fun to create. I mean, I just grabbed some random buildings, threw it together, but it looks cool. Like I love having everything come together like that. So our fire department's there. You know, the Dyson low loader is carrying a vehicle. You got the soft side lorries getting loaded up. But I like just having like things going on in the background. So yeah, that little part of it turned out awesome. And then you got the little cottage over here. I used up almost every single piece of road that I have. I think all that I have left now is, yeah, this is all I've got. I've got even these crossing pieces, but I can't even find the crossing anymore. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna take this down now and work on the next set and maybe do a behind the scenes video on that. So talk to you guys later.
Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes feature. Today we're going to look at something a little different than usual. So probably one of the all-time smallest sets I've ever filmed on. So yeah, there is the Farquhar shed interior set. Just finished filming Percy's ghostly trick. That's literally all it is this building that I mean, it's just 3 walls, and printed out the interior on it. So placed it there, and that's how I filmed it. So yeah, that is it with the empty table. So yeah, and I guess I'll also show you guys really fast. This is how I film everything. All the scripts are on well, I have them all online and I put them on the iPad. So, well, not iPad, this is a Samsung tablet, but this allows me to read the shot lists for each one. And then the table is actually all the remake stuff. As you can see, Percy's ghostly trick, double trouble. It's got the time codes, etc. So yeah, that's how I always have that somewhere on the set, and that's how I film it. But yeah, this one's really basic set. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing this, and I'll see you guys soon. Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes tour. So again, we're still on Knapford Station. It has been over a week now, and I am sick of this set, but I wanted to do one last behind the scenes feature because I just barely finished up with all of it. So I am done with this set and I can put it away, and yeah, I am just happy to be done with that. I've filmed so much on it, so much great content. It'll be fun to edit all of it together someday. But for now, I am just sick of looking at it. So I am going to do this behind the scenes feature, take a break, and then I'm going to tear this whole thing down and build something else to film on. So got to move forward with all of this stuff. So what I wanted to show you guys today is the way I did the lighting for these night scenes, because it turned out really awesome. So I'm going to, I'll just show you guys really fast. So I'll take you guys on a tour of this area of the office or the studio in the future. But for now, so I have 3 different cords here that I plug in to change in which lighting is over here. You gotta also turn off these lights. So plugging those in puts the blue lights on. So, you know, it gives that night feel to the set without it being so dark that you can't see anything. One thing I've noticed though is that my camera darkens stuff whenever I zoom in. So if I get super close, it becomes so much harder to see than if I, had it zoomed out and it's brighter. So I've rigged this set to also have the new, well, I don't know if it'll be new by the time you guys get to see this, but recently released Woodland Scenic's Just Plug lighting system, which has been awesome because it allows me to kind of create this portable lighting system that isn't permanent, that I can, use on various sets and stuff. So I'm gonna plug it in right now. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go.
So I just plugged it in, and this is what it looks like. And I think it turned out gorgeous. Like having the lights inside the station interior is just beautiful, absolutely amazing. They will get so many good looking shots. It's fun having, like, filming all this, like, gives me so many ideas for future stories. Like, I mean, not a ton happens at Knapford at night for seasons 3 and 4. And I kind of, like, regret that I didn't write more, but it's cool. Like, I know for sure as I'm editing this stuff in the future, I'm definitely going to be looking back and being like, huh, I really like this. I didn't take advantage of the potential of it and stuff. And so I think I'm going to come up with a lot of good story ideas and change a lot of the writing. Well, not change, but, you know, write more to accommodate these things that I think I didn't take advantage of. So here we can take a look at what these lights are. So they're single lights. You can get like actual lamp posts and stuff, but it's just this light that I've attached to this G-scale signal, so that way I could, you know, have it on a pole and actually like put some light on the set, so it was a little brighter. But what's awesome about it is that there's this little control panel that you connect everything to, and so I can, let's see, no, that's not the right one. I guess it doesn't really matter because this is the last time. So you can actually adjust the lighting. So you noticed back there I made Knapford super bright, but I can control it to get, you know, what I want the set to look like. So I mean, I could go crazy, but since, you know, I don't have all the like, if I was gonna do this properly, I would probably get like 3 more lights, so there would be 6 there total. Put 3 in the front, 3 in the back, and then that way the whole station interior would be lit up. But since I only have 4 right now, because, you know, I'm not gonna, I want to be a little conservative on my spending, but so I put 3 in there, and then the 4th one I put on this pole, so that way I could be able to shine down onto the set and make it look like there was lights in the yard and whatnot. But yeah, it turned out great. I love it. I would definitely recommend it for anyone interested in wanting to do night scenes and adding some light to your sets. If you, it's a little pricey, but if you don't have like electrical knowledge and know how to wire things and stuff, like when I filmed season 1, there was lights in Knapford Station and Tidmouth Sheds, and I wired those myself, like using my basic Boy Scout electricity knowledge, and I was able to do it, but it wasn't the best, and it was very time consuming, and it wasn't reliable because, you know, it was handmade by myself. So I would definitely recommend, if you don't like have a lot of knowledge and you're able to, you know, spare a few dollars, like if it's easier for you to earn the money than it is for you to go out of your way to come up with than to spend the time creating this on your own, I would highly recommend purchasing this lighting system, because there's so much variety to it. I mean, you can plug and unplug and like rearrange and organize things. Like, you can make it permanent if you want, but the nice thing for me is that I don't have to. I don't feel like I'm screwing in, drilling holes and like having to put specific lights in the places that I'll like only get to use once. So I'm quite happy with how everything turned out with it. Highly recommend it. But yeah, so you guys can say goodbye to good old Knapford Station. Turned out beautiful. I mean, this isn't the last time I'll probably ever film on it, but it'll be the last time at least for a little while. But we've got bigger and better sets. Well, I don't know if bigger. Yeah, bigger is probably not the best word, because this is probably one of the biggest sets we'll ever film on. But we have other sets to get to, and I'm excited for you guys to see everything come together. So I shall talk to you guys later.
This is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes tour of our studio. Going to show you guys the latest that we've got going on here. So
the past couple days, I have not done a behind the scenes video because I've been, well, working like overtime on this. So I've had Knapford Station set up for the past like 4 days, and I've remade, well, I finished filming all the remakes of seasons 1 through 4 episodes, and then I filmed all the stuff from my seasons 3 and 4. And right now, since I just finished all that, I'm going to have to, well, the next project that I'm working on is actually, let me bust this out. The adventure begins. So I've remade most of, well, not most, I've remade like a third, nearly a half, well, nearly half of the movie, and it's coming along. So I've uploaded that to YouTube, so you guys have seen the different clips and stuff, but I realized since I've done so much of it, and I was already going to be filming on a lot of the sets for my own series, I actually went through, created a spreadsheet, and I'm gonna remake the whole film. So it's not gonna be too much more to do. I've pretty much, because I did like a lot of the Knapford stuff already. What I pretty much have to do is go back, because I didn't have the LBSC Thomas because Player hadn't come out with it yet. And I also did not have the Black James. So I've got to go back, refilm all the scenes that had Red James instead of Black James, and then also all the scenes that have LBSC Thomas. So that'll be fun. It's mostly the stuff in the first half of the movie. The other stuff, a lot of it I won't refilm because there's no need to go back and do that again. So I think it's good enough quality that it'll fit in all together, and I think it'll be really cool having that whole movie. Who knows, by the time this behind the scenes video comes out, maybe the whole movie's already been released. Well, my remake of it has been released online, so I have no idea when these are going to air. So I could be rambling about stuff you guys already know, or I could just be, dropping secrets that you guys are completely unaware of. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on today. It's going to take quite a while to plow through all those scenes. So yeah, but I think my plan is that I'm gonna remake the whole movie, and I'm gonna release it all together on YouTube, and then I think throughout like the year I'll actually release clips of it, and at the end of the video put a link to the full thing, so that way I can attract more a larger audience, and they'll watch that clip and be like, man, that was awesome, but dang, that was only like minute and a half long. And then it's like, well, here's the full thing, and they can go click on it and enjoy the whole thing. So that'll be fun. That'll get a lot of viewership, and it'll be a project that I can take pride in, because I'm not a fan of a lot of the Thomas movies because they seem so not gimmicky, but they have the particular themes, and I just want a Thomas movie that's about trains, and I feel like that's what The Adventure Begins was. It was a Thomas movie that was about trains, the way it should be. So I mean, that's the one movie I would gladly remake in a heartbeat. So it'll be awesome to have that on my channel for people to see and really showcase the quality of my work, and what the potential of my channel. So, and encourage people to go check out the original episodes and whatnot. But yeah, so let's take just a moment, since I've rambled on about The Adventure Begins. Let's actually look at this set so you guys can get kind of a better idea of it. Here, we'll go up here. So it's huge. I mean, I took up the whole table, and the length of it is actually, it wasn't even enough to recreate the actual Knapford from the TV series. So it makes me wonder how large these tables were that they filmed on for the original model series, because oh man, it would have had to have been massive to fit in everything that they did. It probably, well, if it was scaled to this scale, the table would still probably have to be I don't know, maybe 8 feet longer just to, get everything in there. And that's just for this scale. Then they're gauge 1 models, so they're twice as big. So yeah, they were a massive set that they had back then. But then again, it was a professional production with millions of dollars invested, so it doesn't surprise me. This is just, me doing my own little thing. So yeah, anyway, so I'll kind of take you guys around the set. So in the center, we have the main Knapford station, and I think you guys have seen a lot of this already because I made this over a year ago, and I did all those remake clips on it. So I think you guys have seen plenty of that. But this one's different because it's actually the full thing. Before, it was literally like half the size. Like, I mean, the table ended right there, so I was able to fit some buildings in, and then, I mean, the table, like, this was right at the edge on the old set. So this larger table allowed me to make complete circular tracks, so the engines can actually run full circle. So I will actually have Gordon run around so you guys can take a look at it and see. So come back here. You'll notice this is so messy. Like, normally what I normally keep my sets pretty tidy while I'm filming, but since there's all this excess space and I've been filming with so many characters and rolling stock and everything, I've just kind of, let it pile up. But yeah, I'm gonna have to clean it all up soon. But so yeah, it's cool having this because before I had to literally start and stop every single engine if I wanted to, do the cool like passing shots that take place, the big scenes that take place at Knapford. But what's awesome is now I can just have these engines run a continuous loop, and then they'll just pass through on their own, and I don't have to worry about like reaching over and stopping them and stuff. So, I mean, definitely a better setup. The only downside, I think, to this, which I didn't even think about when I was setting up, is, so before I was closer, I mean, the edge of the table was right here, as opposed to being, all the way back here. And I could actually just reach in and I could do stuff on the actual station. But this is as far as my arm can go. So I can't even reach all the way over. It is so hard to get into that station now. So I'm glad I filmed the remakes that I did back then, because there is no way I could get in there and get some of the shots now. Like, well, there is, but man, it would be very time consuming. My back would be killing me. Well, my back's already killing me. This set has been a nightmare for my back because I've been constantly reaching over, considering the center, like the actual main focus is literally right in the middle of that. So yeah, huge pain, but it's okay. I mean, it's worked out. I think if I did this again, I would try and like shorten one of the sides so the curve was smaller, and I'd put it like right up against the edge of the table, so that way everything's kind of closer to one side so I can reach in more. But yeah, you learn as you do this what things you need to improve on. But yeah, one angle that I have discovered while filming on this new set versus the old one is I really like this angle right here. I feel like it makes it seem more industrial, like there's an actual city next to Knapford, and you get a good shot of the station and a great angle on the engines. We can't really see from there, but yeah, I love it. So you guys will probably see it a lot in my own series. Well, I think I filmed a pretty good amount, but it's not like overbearing. So I think you guys will enjoy that. Back here is our secret little figure hideout. So Sir Topham Hatt and the Porter have been hiding out back here, and this is where I've been getting shots of them, is back here with the different buildings and stuff. I'll also set them on the set sometimes to try and get particular angles. So all these buildings are raised up on styrofoam that I brought in just so that way you could see more of the buildings and less of open space. So we got all these buildings here. Come around to the backside. I went with the season 1 style of having the ocean and the harbor back here, because I really like that. It felt more industrial than what they did in later seasons and stuff. So I felt it was appropriate. I like that. It's my favorite, so I went back to it. I did the yard. I'm not even sure if on the actual TV series set, if this is even there, but I did it. So it's got the same yard setup as before, except I realized I made a mistake. Really stupid of me. I was actually looking at pictures, and then I turned off my phone, made the set, and realized, wait a second, I did it backwards. The shed, which is right there, isn't supposed to be right there. It's actually supposed to be over here. So I made that mistake, but it's okay. No one's gonna notice. And in most shots, you don't even see that shed. So, but yeah, that's pretty much that. I got the hillside just like in season 1. Yeah, I think it turned out well. It's a mess. I've been on the set for 4 days now. I feel like I'm really behind on filming because of it. Like, I mean, I've been trying to crank out 1, 2, maybe even 3 sets a day. And so to spend 4 days on one set, I just feel like I'm moving like a sloth. So, but yeah, this set has been awesome. I think doing the Adventure Begins kind of justifies it too, because it's not like on the other sets I'm gonna do something of that level. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. It's kind of messy over there, but one of the cool features was that the set was, you could actually do 360 degrees. So if you forget that there's like the scissors and tablet over there and stuff, you could actually, it's cool having angles that go out like that. And when I was doing remakes, it was awesome having that, the capabilities of pretty much getting any shot and angle that was in the classic series. The Adventure Begins is going to be hard because there's a lot of points with that new track system that track layout that they did for that. And I'm not going to do that for this. So I'm going to have to get kind of creative on some stuff. I was thinking about, when I was building this set, how fun it would be to actually build like a yard over here, put like, you know, more points out and stuff, and different sidings. But then I was like, nah, I'll just go with the classic season style, and it is what it is, so I'll just have to make it work. So you guys are probably, well, I don't know when this is getting released, so you may know what the final product is before, you'll know more where you guys are than I do now. So we'll see what happens. So I think it's going to be good. A lot of fun stuff. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys again later.
This is Sidekick Jason giving you another behind the scenes tour of our set. So today we are looking at Knapford Station again because I am not done filming on it again, as you can see. So this has been taking way longer than I was anticipating, but the good news is now I have finished all the scenes for The Adventure Begins. So I have so far filmed 2/3 of the whole special. So the last third takes place mostly at Tidmouth Sheds, Gordon's Hill, and Henry's Tunnel. So I'll film on those places hopefully soon, and then I'll actually have the special ready to go. Yeah, I'm super excited for you guys to see that. Some of the shots turned out amazing, and there is no more Red James where Red James shouldn't be. There's only our dearest Black James here in all his glory, all his Play-Rail glory, because you know Play-Rail actually knows how to make decent quality toys, and so I like to take advantage of the opportunity to use them. So yeah, anyways, so I showed you guys around the set last time. Right now, you'll notice a change in the lighting. That is because I am using the evening lights. So I'm about to film some evening scenes here for some stuff. Then I'm gonna switch to cloudy backdrops, and then I'm gonna switch to nighttime lighting. I'm gonna put some of the, I'll show you guys over here. Can't see it super well. I've got the Woodland Scenics Just Plug lighting system, which is fantastic. It's so easy to use, it's portable. I can put it on the different layouts and whatnot, and it's been fantastic to use. So I'm gonna wire that up with the current layout. I'll probably adjust some things so that I can film the nighttime scenes, and that way I can get some cool lighting going on in there. Yeah, that's pretty much what's gonna happen with that. That's where everything is so far. So you can see still everything's unorganized, and
pretty much all over the place. So yeah, that's how things are going with that. I'm pretty tired of filming on the set. Like, I'll admit, I'm just like outright sick of it. So I am excited to move on to something new. I'm gonna take advantage, I think, of the fact that there's already a lot of this set up, and I'm gonna actually recreate. Well, I'm gonna make my next set using part of this, so that way it saves me time, and hopefully get a lot more done today, so that way I can, you know, move forward, because I'm definitely not ahead of schedule. I'm actually pretty far behind. So yeah, I think I will show you guys around the rest of the studio another time and go into more detail about that. But this is just kind of like a quick update that I think you guys would like to see. So yeah, I will
Talk to you guys later.
bye.
Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes feature. So it's still the same day actually from my last behind the scenes, but I thought I'd take a moment to show you guys this because, well, it's different. So I finished up on Knapford, so I took it down for the most part, and yeah, so I was able to make a second set, which I was already going to film on at some point, using parts of the already made Knapford set. So this is the first time I've actually ever done this where I've not completely taken down a set. This was just done to save time, and that way I could, you know, get it done, because all of this was already set up for the most part, and 2 of the tracks were already down. So I added this 3rd track, filled in the ballast, and yeah, I just had to kind of clear everything out. The station is stored away now. Not that station. That station. We don't like that station. Anyway, so I moved everything out and was able to create this set. I call it the like alleyway track. I don't know what the actual name is. It's it appeared in like, I think kind of in season 5. I know for sure in season 6 because it's got kind of an iconic shot in Thomas and the jet engine. So, oh yeah, here's Oliver pulling our dear friend Mike, the miniature engine. Isn't he adorable? Look how tiny he is. I mean, like, that's my finger, and look how tiny he is. Like, oh, Playrel, you continue to amaze me. Like, the fine detail and that is just superb. Anyway, so this set with the arched walls and 3 tracks running through is from, I think, season 6 and 7 it was used, and I wanted to implement it, even though like my series takes place within seasons, you know, 1 through 5. It's like it's supposed to go along with that you only need to watch that era of the show and you understand everything that's going on. You don't need to know who every single character is and whatnot. Anyway, the reason why I included this set, even though it took place in a later season, was because I liked it. I thought it was one of the good sets that they came up with at the time. So I liked it because it's simple and it functions kind of like the countryside sets where it's pretty straightforward. You can just have engines going through and whatnot. But the cool thing about it is that it's industrial. I mean, it's kind of like it's leading into a yard. Like you just left the countryside and you're heading into a yard. I mean, you got houses all along the side up there. You have a like retaining wall and whatnot. So I thought it was a cool set, and I thought I could actually get some good use out of it in my own filming. Thought it'd be great for my series, so I included it. I think there's one other set that's not from seasons 1 through 5 that is actually recreated from a later season, but I'll talk about that when I actually, you know, set that up, and I'll discuss my opinion of why I included that. So yeah, basically it's like half the table is that set, and then the other half is my mess from Knapford that I have to clean up now. So yeah, I've got to organize my giant stack, well, my pile of trains, and put them back into their proper drawers over here in the cabinet.
So one of these behind the scenes videos I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna like show you guys everything inside of that cabinet and kind of how I organize things. That way I give you an idea of how to organize your collection. So yeah, this set is unique, it's different. It was fun to do. I'm already done with it. It didn't have too much. So not like Knapford that took a million years, it felt like. So yeah, that is all for this behind the scenes video, and I will see you guys later.
Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes feature. So today we are going to be looking at not only a set, but something interesting that I've been working on for the past little while. So if you remember from the last behind the scenes video, we were at Knapford Station, then I did that alleyway track. As you can see, we've gone back from using the tan mats to the green, and there's something interesting about the sets that I'm doing from here on out that were not in the countryside green grass sets from before, and that is these hillsides. So this is a recently completed project of mine that I've been working on for quite some time, because I've always had the problem with filming on like just plain countryside, because it just gets so flat and boring. And since I'm using these Woodland Scenics grass mats instead of like some type of fabric or something, I can't really mold them and shape them to create the different terrains and stuff without it, you know, causing problems for the mat itself. So I wanted to get creative and come up with a way basically that I could still create these various sets, recreating from the classic series, without having to, you know, make permanent hills and terrain and stuff. And it was kind of a problem because every single like model train instruction guide or book or something like basically just explains how to do it to make a permanent setup. Like when we'll go over here, I'll show you guys this. When I made this hill for season 2, I did it with the Woodland Scenics plaster cloth, and I mean, I made it so I could, you know, move that around and stuff, which was great, but like it was permanent, set in stone. So I wanted to come up with something that would allow me to do lots of sets that I normally couldn't before, especially bridges. That was a big thing, like the pedestrian bridge that whistles and sneezes, that Henry sneezes the boys under. That bridge, like it's hard to do that without having, you know, the terrain on the sides. I mean, I can just throw lichen and stuff around it, but it just doesn't do the same effect as having actual hillside. Plus there's that one, I think they call it the country lane. I called it the hillside track when I was doing my scripts and stuff, but it's in season 3, and it's like this, but it just goes across the whole set, and you don't ever see the other side. It's just the engines going across it. I believe it's in like the opening of Henry's Forest. It's a big part of Percy's Promise, and so I wanted to be able to create that too. So I created this terrain system that was modular, that it had different pieces, and it was almost like a track system that I could connect up basically and form whatever I want. So as you can see, there's there's different parts to it and whatnot. So I'll kind of do a quick thing of it. I don't know if I really want to show every little detail of it. So it fills up 2 totes of stuff, and I created straights, curves, and slopes. So I'll I don't really want to pull stuff out. I'll just kind of explain using this. So here's one of the slopes, as you can see. If you notice, the middle on all of these are brown, and that's because they're their own individual pieces. They don't slope off to the side. That's a separate piece. So the reason why I did that was because I can do things like a raised up wooden track or something, kind of like on the seaside beach set from season 4, where you have the coast and the engines are kind of going along a raised up part of the track, the fishing village, something like that. So I made it so that way I could do that, but then use it also to create these hillsides. So these
are their own separate peaks. So it turned out super, super well. It was so complicated though to make it. The straight pieces were the easiest, but the curves were horrendous. I literally had to come up with all the measurements to get the 2 tracks on here. So this is wide enough for 2 tracks to go across. And I had to create all the different radiuses to radii. Well, I don't know. Anyway, so there's an inner piece, there's the slope part, and there's a reverse slope part, so that way I could actually do kind of a dip in the ground where the track goes between it. So like exactly opposite of this. So instead of being raised up, it's down below. And there's that on the outside. So I basically had to like create this it just looked like a giant pie by the time I was done with this. This huge circle with all these different rings in it. It took forever to do it. I used my old grass mat that I filmed season 2 with, and I cut it out and pasted it on all of these. So that's what we're seeing here. Because what happened was when I expanded to this bigger set, I couldn't. Well, I bought a second mat because I was now using 2 instead of 1, and I realized that there was such a stark contrast between a new mat and a mat that I had used literally 2, maybe 3 years prior. So I kind of retired that one specifically so I could use it for this project, and then I bought another one. So that's why the grass mats match more. So it's harder to see the divide, especially when I cover it in lichen and stuff. But before it was like, I mean, one side looked like the grass was dying, and then the other one looked like it was having a wonderful wet season. Anyway, so yeah, that is what I've got so far on that. This is the first set that I'm really trying out. It's been a lot of fun to use. So this set is I called it the 3 tracks under green bridge over 3 tracks. But as you can see, there's a red bridge now. I've been kind of just switching it up for various scenes and remakes and stuff, so that way it's not all the same. But it worked out, and I've just finished filming everything on it, so I'm going to take it down and hopefully work on a couple more sets today. I'm trying to work really fast and see how much I can get done. So I hope you guys enjoy that, and we will talk to you guys later.
Everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes feature. Today we are going to be looking at another set. It is still the same day as my last behind the scenes video, but I've made more progress in filming. Like I said before, I was going to try and get through as many sets as possible. So I thought I would show you guys what I've been working on because I think it's pretty cool.
So right now, just kind of get closer here. We have a classic season 2 set. I don't know the name of this castle. It's like Rolf's Castle or Sodor Castle or Sudbury Castle. I don't know. The name keeps changing on the wiki. So when I originally was doing this, when I was scripting season 3, it was Rolf's Castle. So that's what it's in on my scripts. So yeah, I right now have the evening backdrop up. So it's just kind of cool doing this because I've recreated this classic set that people are familiar with, having the train, go across. I remember seeing it when I was a kid for the first time watching the Island Song. There's that iconic shot of Percy passing Thomas. Anyway, it's cool that it's here again, but I get to bring new light to it, like doing this evening backdrop. That was never seen in the TV series. So it's fun being able to recreate things from the past, but then also to be able to bring new light to it, change it up a little bit. It's fun. That's my favorite part about everything that I've done with with having my series be so much like the classic series. So hope you guys enjoy this. It's gonna be taken down right now because I just finished everything on it, and we're gonna move to the next set, which is one from season 3, I think. So see you later.
Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes video. Today we are going to look at one of my all-time favorite locations from the classic series. So what we have here is the canal track. Well, I call it the canal track. I think it has some other name. But yeah, so it's from season 3. It's kind of an iconic location. Oh, that's messed up, one second. There, now it should be more recognizable. So basically
The first time I saw this set was when it was the first time I watched Thomas, and basically it appears somewhere in the Thomas anthem, and I mean, it stuck out. It's a beautiful location. It was things like this that made, you know, the classic series stand out more from what the new series and the CGI series did, because I felt like the locations were more original and unique. Like they were planned to give you a different perspective of Sodor. I feel like in the new series, especially the hit model era, everything just kind of seemed flat, boring, and continuous. Like it was the same kind of countryside all throughout Sodor. But to me, Sodor is more than that. It's this, you know, magical wonderland. It's got all these beautiful locations just all over. I mean, in my imagination, if you were to hop on the express and take a ride through Sodor, it wouldn't just be like looking at continuous countryside. I mean, you would have sites like this and all these other amazing, beautiful locations that you would just go past. It'd be one after another, just nonstop. And I think that's what David Mitton and Britt had in mind when they were coming up with these locations and stuff, because they were just creating this magical wonderland. And I think they captured it so well. So I'm so happy that I was able to actually take the time to recreate this set. I really enjoyed, you know, having part of that from my childhood back. Dang it, I never actually filmed down at this angle. I always had it raised up a little bit, and I kind of wish I would have done that, because this is pretty cool. I like that look of Thomas kind of going, you know, he's a little higher up. And plus getting that perspective with the boat looks really good. Anyways, well, there's always next time. So, but yeah, I just barely finished that. So yeah, it took me way longer on this than I was hoping, because I filmed it all 2 days ago, but then yesterday I was so sick, which really sucked because I've only got a set number of days left to film here, and I did not want to spend that day home alone, sick, doing nothing. But I had to. I have had like, I don't know how many like nosebleeds, bloody noses in like the past 48 hours, 72 hours. And it's like, it's been so bad because I had to like plug my nose and then, you know, tilt my head back so it doesn't keep running forward. But then it all drips down my throat into my stomach. And I think that was probably one of the main things that like contributed to me feeling so sick yesterday, because I think I had more blood running into my stomach than actual food. So yeah, that was lovely. Sorry if that grosses you out, but so yeah, that put a damper on things. But yeah, so I hope to, well, I'm gonna take this down right after I finish this video, and then I hope to actually get some more classic, iconic locations, including one that everyone thinks of when they hear Thomas and Friends. So I hope I can film all of those today. I'll probably do a behind the scenes video on each of them, but I'm just gonna hurry along because I've got limited time and I wanna make the most of it. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.
Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason giving you guys another behind the scenes view. So
Still the same day, I took down the previous location that was well known in the classic series, and I built another one that is probably even more well known. So I created the bridge that is seen in the classic opening shots of seasons 1 through 7, I believe. But yeah, so it is kind of an interesting set. I made it, but like I've never had to do this before, where I literally built half the set, filmed everything that takes place in that half, and then built the other half. So what happened was I started out and I set up my like stand right here, so that way the camera could, do all that, film all that area over there. And so I filmed it, and then once I finished that, I actually built the rest of this, so that way I could then do the opposite angle, which I always liked that angle. Had the ocean in the background. It seemed nice. So I'm glad I did that. But yeah, just very interesting how it all came together. It was also kind of hard to get the perspective right. I don't even know if I got it as close as I'd like because of the signal box and the bridge and everything. It was interesting, but it was so fun to, you know, bring this set back to life. I'm glad I have it. I can recreate the opening intro and whatnot. I think it's going to be great. I think fans are going to love seeing, you know, classic places like that back. But yeah, so that is what I've been working on right now. I'm going to take this set down now and go straight to the next one. So just going to keep plugging along. It's been kind of a weird day. This took longer than it should have, not just because I had to build the set, but because I actually, with everything I've filmed so far, I used up all the memory on my hard drive. So I have ran out of space on my computer to store all the footage. Because I mean, I'm filming in 4K quality footage, so it's, you know, it takes up quite a bit of space. But basically, I had to go yesterday and buy a external hard drive. Well, another one because I already have one. So I had to buy another one, but this one's going to be 8 terabytes because I've so far filmed and taken up 1,000 gigs. So I've had to, well, and I'm not even, you know, close to being done filming. So I was like, well, better invest in something that will last me throughout the next filming process and whatnot. So I have, you know, I'm just waiting for it to arrive at this point. So I had to transfer everything onto my other external hard drive. Everything that I filmed today and yesterday. So that's been kind of weird trying to like sort all that and make sure I filmed everything and check that I didn't miss something when I've got that I'm dealing with, which is kind of weird because I don't get to like put all the files where they are supposed to go and organize them accordingly. So just kind of a weird day, but yeah, anyways, I'm going to keep plugging along and I shall see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed.
Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes feature. So today we're going to be looking at a classic season 3 set. So this is the goods station from Thomas Gets Bumped. So with the bridge that the children were on, in the village nestled on either side of it. So I really like the way this set turned out. Kind of a fun fact about this particular set and the episode that the set takes place, that was used for it. So when I was little, I actually never saw Thomas Gets Bumped, the episode, until like I was way older. And because I never saw it, I still got to see majority of the footage because the first time I ever watched first time I ever saw these sets was in the sing-along songs, because in the Thomas anthem, that's the first song in the VHS tape, it uses tons of footage from this episode, including like deleted scenes and stuff. And so while I never saw the episode as a kid, the footage is very nostalgic to me because it brings me back to, you know, the first time I watched Thomas. So when I actually, like, as a kid, think of Thomas, like, it was in that era. So, like, this set, it has value to me. It means more to me than a lot of other sets because it takes me back to, you know, my first experience of watching Thomas and stuff. And so that's why I made sure to include it. I just finished the remake for all the scenes that take place on here, and I did some of the scenes that are in the sing-along that didn't appear in the episode itself. So overall, turned out well. It took way longer today than I was expecting to. So I'm making this short, and I'm going to right now take down the set and move on to the next one. So hope you guys have enjoyed this. It's a good set. It took forever to make, but it's fun to see it all come together and whatnot. So I shall talk to you guys later. Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes feature. So today we're going to be looking at part of Gordon's Hill. So I decided for my series, I wanted Gordon's Hill to be like the season 1 style, which is kind of divided out into 4 different parts. You have the first part that's on
it's that curve that comes under the red bridge. And the second part is the iconic, what everyone thinks of Gordon's Hill, where it's the bottom. Well, there's that curve and then it goes up. In the classic series, it just was, it was already sloped and it curves on its way up. But in the more recent series, it curves at the bottom there. And then at the top, which is what we have here, there is that curve where the engines come over on the top at the summit, and then there's the downhill side that didn't get as much attention but was still there in a lot of scenes and stuff in season 1. So I'm recreating that style because that's my personal favorite. I think that's how Gordon's Hill should be. I wish that the CGI series would actually design it to look that way. It feels more like a real hill that like the railway had to like weave up through, not just like, oh, we could just go around this. Because in the TV series, it just kind of, it's a straight, like, besides the curve at the bottom on the one side, it's just kind of like a straight up and down. And I don't know, it's just kind of lame. It's not as interesting, but the classic series was really cool in how they came up with stuff like that. But yeah, so I thought I'd show you guys what this set looks like. It turned out really well. I'm quite happy with it. And yeah, so I am going to take this down now. It's kind of been an interesting set to film on. So yeah. Oh, also Journey Beyond Sodor came out last night. Watched it at, midnight when it came out. And I'll have to say, I was pretty impressed. It exceeded my expectations on it. Wasn't the best Thomas special ever, but I'd say it was pretty good. Minus the bouncing. The bouncing got a little old, but I tried to look past that and think more of what the story was and stuff. But yeah, so that was fun. Anyways, I'm going to continue on working and hopefully I'll have more videos for you guys to see. So talk to you later.
Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes feature. Today we are looking at one of the most iconic sets of classic Thomas and Friends. So when I decided to do season 3 and I was going to go back to doing standard gauge sets again, I pretty much knew from the get-go that I would recreate the windmill scene and all the other sets that take place in the opening sequence. But yeah, here it is finally. It's set up pretty much only to be filmed from the one angle. There isn't really much to do. This is like, it's different. Like, I've never done something like this before where it's actually just like, the water laid out and you just throw moss and make it look like wetlands. Yeah, kind of different. There isn't too many, wetlands on Sodor, so I haven't had to film a ton. So, but yeah, I really liked it. I think it turned out great. I hope to do more of these in the future. It's cool that I have the potential now, especially since I made these cattails that I can just kind of move around and place wherever. And so I stuck them all around the set. And if you notice, so it's set up to basically be looked at from this angle and this angle only, pretty much. So if I come up, kind of breaks the illusion, and you can see that everything was kind of forms a V the way it comes together and stuff. And you'll notice while it looks like it's full in the shot, the cattails are only in the first half, and then the last half is kind of thinner on things, because I found out that if I put as much stuff in the front as I did in the back, it makes the back look like it's really full just because of the perspective of things. So yeah, it turned out really well. I'm really happy with all the shots that I got, and I think it's going to be a wonderful wonderful addition to season 3. I always wanted to do a story about, I don't know, something that actually happens with the windmill, to give Thomas, I don't know, make it more than just a location that's just seen, but actually has something that happens to it. But, it's just looking, especially with the way that the set is set up, it would just be too difficult to try and do that. The only way I could do that
is if I moved the windmill itself closer to the tracks, but that ruins the like the sizing and the scale of different things compared to the original shots. And so like, I mean, from Thomas's perspective, like the windmill's like way out over there. So I don't know, but I haven't actually, well, I've got one really solid story idea about the watermill that I'm going to try and do. It's not in season 3 or season 4 or anything like that, but I definitely want to try and film, well, use it in the future, because it's a pretty good story, and it kind of ties the watermill into being more of an iconic part of Thomas's branch line. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this behind the scenes feature, kind of something different and fun. So if anyone wants to know about these water things, how I do my water, I'm not quite sure what it's called, but it's like, it's not wax paper, I don't think, maybe it is. I got it at a craft store, and it's like, it's next to like wrapping paper and stuff, but it's just kind of this clear, blue. They have different colors and stuff, but I just got blue, and it works great because it gives it the reflection that I need. I can layer it on stuff and put it over things to kind of, change the blueness of it. Like you can tell in the middle there where it overlaps, it's definitely more blue than having the green grass show underneath. So like if I wanted to make this more blue, I could have done that, but it's reflecting the color of the sky, and so I thought it was just, it was good enough to leave as it is. So, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this, and I will talk to you guys later.
Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason giving you guys another behind the scenes feature. Today we're going to be looking at
Lower Tidmouth Station. So this is the same station from season 1 and season 3. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I've got currently the evening lights on. Although, I guess the white balance has altered it. It was looking a lot better earlier, but I guess the camera's not showing up. That's okay. Stuff I'll deal with in post-production. Anyway, so this is the station that Henry prepares to go sneeze out the boys on the one bridge. And this is the same station where Thomas makes fun of Gordon for falling into a ditch, and then also where James leaves to go, pick up Toby in time for trouble. So yeah, this station, I think it only appeared in like 4 episodes total, but I like it. It's a fun classic station. I believe it's based off of that illustration in the first Railway series book, which is actually kind of funny because, something like that is kind of like the shot, I think, that was in the book itself. So yeah, I really like the station. I think this main building is the most iconic Thomas station. I think Owen Bell used it in a lot of illustrations, and it's just kind of been seen as what a station on Sodor looks like. So it was fun to make that and put it in. I'm really happy with the turnout of it all. I got tons of remake footage, tons of stuff for my own series. It's been a blast. I love the fact that you never saw the station in evening lighting, and I just finished filming this this scene for my own episode, and it's just fun having it, in a different setting and lighting from what you would normally see in the TV series. That's my favorite thing about recreating this stuff, is that I'm able to, recreate it, but then also do something new and original and fun with it. So yeah, I think that turned out well. I'm going to take this set down and move on to the next one. So talk to you guys later.
Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes feature. Today we're going to be looking at
Gordon's Hill Part 4, which is from the classic, from season 1 of the classic series, it is the last part of the different curves that they put on Gordon's Hill. And it only appeared in 4 episodes, but I thought it was cool that it kind of showed, because everyone thinks of the other side of Gordon's Hill, with the ocean in the background and the curve and the slope. But this is the other side, which pretty much is them coming down from the summit, and it curves back around. So, I mean, if going in the same direction as the incline. So, I like this set. It gives something different to Gordon's Hill, so it's not just straight. I hate that it's like that in the classic series, that it's not, it's not an interesting hill that the trains, have to climb, and it's just kind of like you can see it all. They can put it all in one shot, and I don't like that. There's kind of a mystery to it, or I don't know what would be the right term, but because it just seemed like there was so much to it before. Like there was the different shots, like down at the base with the red bridge, and then the second part with the curve and the slope and the summit, and then this part down here. And like they could almost splice things in between too. Like in some episodes there's like that little bridge that they cross over and stuff. And so like I liked that because it made Gordon's Hill seem like it was actually this big thing, and it wasn't just like, oh, I can see it and I'll just go over it. It was like, oh wow, like I've got to actually, weave my way up through it and whatnot. So that'd be like really cool if they brought that back to the classic series. Not the classic series, to the CGI series, but I don't know if they will or not. I doubt it. They've got bigger things to worry about. And I mean, if I had to choose what they brought back to the series, it would not be my top priority. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. I pretty much, I filmed on Lower Tidmouth yesterday, and I literally kept the same setup for the most part. Like, these are the same, it's the same walking path from Lower Tidmouth, so you can literally like envision that Lower Tidmouth was right there. So yeah, I just kind of redressed the set and fixed some things, but it saved me time and setup, and it worked great. So, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you liked seeing this behind the scenes feature, and I will talk to you guys later.
Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes feature. Today we are going to be looking at the 2-track tunnel, which is one of the few, very, very, very few sets for my series that I'm making for this season that is actually original. Like I didn't, just go and try and replicate something. I needed another tunnel that wasn't Henry's tunnel or the Tidmouth tunnel from season 3. So I came up with this that could be on Thomas's branch line or Edward's or the main line, and I think it turned out great. It's kind of been messed up for this last scene that I had to film, because there's an episode that's coming up where there's a landslide, and Terrence and another particular friend has to actually help out to clear the rock slide or landslide or whatever from the tunnel's path. So just finished filming that. That's why it's kind of all a mess, and it turned out great. I'm really happy with it. I love the shots that I was able to get. The 2 characters that do it are a great combination. It was just a lot of fun. I'm excited to see that episode come to light in the future. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's a pretty simple set. Had to cover up to really make it dark in there. You have to block all light whatsoever, because any little bit will get through. So I had to build a layer on top of foam sheets, and then throw this cloth on top and everything. So, but it turned out well. Yeah, I'm quite happy with it. It's a fun location. We'll see it probably more in the future, but stuff like this gets me excited for in the future when I do more of my own stuff. So yeah, that is that. So I will talk to you guys later. Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes feature, and today I have a special guest with me. So, want to introduce yourself?
I'm Macy.
So, Macy has been helping me out in filming stuff for the Thomas Creator Collective. So, today we've been working on episode 2 of Thomas and the Great Flood with the Superstation and whatnot. This is one of the last projects I'll be working on with the Thomas Creator Collective. So, yeah, it was kind of an interesting one. I've never filmed a flood before, so I think it turned out all right. It was fun to do. I don't know, did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, that is that, kind of a behind-the-scenes look of that. So, yeah, now you guys got to meet Macy, who's been helping me out for the past 2 months, right?
Yeah, about 2 months.
Yep. So, yeah, that is that. Anything else you want to say? Want to say hi to all my fans?
Hi, all of Jason's fans.
And we will see you guys later. Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes feature. Today we are looking at Gordon's Hill Part 1. So this is at the base of the hill that was seen in seasons 1 and 3. So there's the iconic curve with the bridge there that's seen all throughout many episodes of season 1, and then it appears one time again in season 3. And as you can see here, I just barely finished doing the remake shot of The Trouble with Mud, which is kind of a it's interesting to me how many of these sets were brought back in season 3 literally to appear just in one episode. Like, they really brought back a lot of the classic season 1 sets that weren't in season 2 and not seen again in season 4. And some of the sets never to be seen again. But, like, Farquhar Station appears in season 1 in I think 3-4 episodes. And then again in Thomas Gets Bumped, and that's it. And same with this set, where it appears in numerous episodes, but then just appears one time again in The Trouble with Mud. So, kind of an interesting thing. Season 3 amazes me with the more that I look at it and how many sets there were and just the beauty and detail of each set. So, definitely my favorite season. So, yeah, if you guys take a look at this set, it's pretty simple. It's just a big oval of track with the hillsides placed in there. I didn't get too creative on angles for my own series this time, but I do hope to, in the future, when doing this set again, maybe come with some more interesting things to have happen. So, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this behind the scenes feature, and I will see you guys later. Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes feature. Today we are looking at Lower Sudbury Station. So, actually I don't know if it's still called Lower Sudbury. It might be just Sudbury. I don't know. The names of these stations keep changing on the wiki, and I don't ever, like, I can't keep them straight. So I just call them what I know them by, and I leave it at that. Anyway, this is the station that it appears one time in season 1, which is kind of crazy that it actually debuts back then. But it is where Percy runs into. That's where he ends his journey on his runaway, and Percy runs away. And it's in season 2, it's the same station that Bertie pulls up to at the crossing to try and stop Edward. In season 3, it gets more of an appearance because it is, well, they expanded it. They added this whole yard over here. And I quite like it with the yard and stuff, even though the yard actually doesn't make any sense. Like, I was reviewing the layout and everything while I was planning this set, and I was like, you know, the points on this like little yard don't make any logical sense because they just kind of end. Like, it just kind of zigzags back and forth. And the way that they put cars in the shots, they like lined them up so the row was completely full. And it's like, well, that's not actually possible, but looks good. It makes for a cool shot. But yeah, so I decided the season 3 was my favorite style of the station. I think it appears later in like season 6 or something, but I don't think it has this yard. So the yard was one of my favorite additions to the station, so I filmed it with that.
So it's got the station, the crossing, and the yard. There's a lot that can go on here. There's so much potential for stories to take place here because you can have, engines talking at the station, something along with that. You can have something going on in the little town back here. You have something in the yard or at the crossing. So there's tons and tons of stuff you can do. I kind of regret that I didn't take advantage of it more when I was doing my shot lists for my own series because, I wish I would have had a conversation that takes place with two engines in that shed back there or, in the sidings. But it's very minimal that I used it, which is kind of a bummer. I definitely will consider it in the future when I'm coming up with stories like, hey, what about this location? We didn't actually have a conversation here before, but that's totally possible. Because that's one of my favorite things about the classic series is that they made the set so elaborate, but it's like, in my mind as a kid, I was like, I wonder what it's like over there. Like, what if we went over to that place? Like, the slate incline in particular as a kid, I wondered, well, what's up there? Like, what if someone climbed to the top? What if an engine went to the top? What would they find up there? And I even had a dream one time about it. It was really weird. But so I like that, going to different spots, not just having conversations in the same places that they always have the conversations at and stuff. So I'm going to have to try and mix that up in the future. As you can tell, there's the evening backdrop. Thomas just did the shot for Thomas Percy in the mail, and then I also finished the remake of the scene with Thomas Percy and the Dragon. Man, they did a lot of episodes. Thomas Percy and something. So, but yeah, this set is probably one of my favorites that I've done. It's a shame that I have to take it down now, but we've got to get the ball rolling because summer is almost over, and if I don't get this done, we're going to be in a lot of problems. So we're going to have a lot of problems. So yeah, also notice our dear friend Big Thomas here. He's a cheeky fellow. He is large, and we quite enjoy having him around. He makes for some very fun and interesting shots. So thank you to Wong Village for helping me get this Thomas. He's been amazing to use. You'll probably see a bunch of his close-up shots in the future, but just thought I'd show you guys now. So yeah, that is that. Hope you guys enjoy this behind the scenes video, and I will see you guys later.
Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes video. Today we are looking at Gordon's Hill Part 2, probably the most famous part of Gordon's Hill. It's the only part that's actually lasted and remained somewhat the same since the start of the series. So I based mine off of the season 1 through 4 style, where it's got the hill on the one side over here, the 3 tracks, and then it kind of dips down, has a bunch of lichen, and comes back up, and then in the background you can see the ocean. And in the TV series you can kind of see far away parts of Sodor, back in that area and stuff. So I based it off of that. It's been altered throughout the series because they got rid of the first part with the bridge. I think that's been seen once or something since the classic series. Then the the summit is just kind of straight up and over now. It doesn't even curve the way it did in season 1, and then the downhill is completely different. So this is the only part that's remains somewhat the same. In the current, it got altered over time, and I think it started with season 5. It started to get changed around, and eventually Gordon's Hill kind of it's pretty much the same. It's got this curve and stuff right here, but it kind of became flatter. There wasn't this dip anymore in the hill side right there. It kind of became generic countryside, and all it is just this hill that goes down and it curves at the bottom. And the difference is that in season 1, especially if you watch Trouble for Thomas goes around the curve at the bottom with the bridge, and it's he keeps going up the hill for a while, and then suddenly he's at this next part. And so what it's supposed to look like is that this isn't
at the base of the hill because you're already partially up there. That's why you can see the ocean. That's why you can see far away parts of Sodor and stuff. And then Thomas, you know, comes along here and comes up, and then he makes it to the summit. So I don't know if this is like a halfway point or like you're supposed to be somewhat close to the top because at the top of this part right here is the summit or whatever. But it was cool because Gordon's Hill seemed bigger and longer, and it just, you know, they kind of weaved through it. It seemed like it was more of this, more of a challenge that they had to tackle. And like, I don't know, it's a bummer that in the current series, Gordon's Hill, literally this is now the base of Gordon's Hill instead of that other curve. Like in the CGI series in particular, it's like, this is the bottom of the hill and then this is the top of the hill. Like, and it's one solid thing. It's like pretty much a straight track up and over. And it's just, it's so boring. Like watching the season 20 episode Saving Time was kind of painful because it was just like, this would be so cool if it was like weaving through and like Samson's trying to get up, but he's having trouble and whatnot. But yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's, at least the hill has survived somewhat. I like that I've been able to create it this way and be able to kind of restore that classic vibe to it. I think the shots turned out really great. Right now I'm just finishing up filming the episode Cheer Up Percy, and I think it's turned out great. So I'm super happy with it. This is probably the most peculiar set that I've ever done though, because it is actually sloped. So I'm not just, you know, twisting the camera angle. Like it actually has an incline, as you can tell. And I had to stick giant foam pieces. So we've got 2 down here. There's another one. You can't. So this one, it's really flat, and that's what everything's on. There's 2 of them actually, and they're connected. And then you've got these hills and stuff that are on top of that. So. And there's like 2 more over here and a bunch of other stuff. It's crazy. Like this is probably one of the craziest sets of all time that I've ever done. Because it's, you know, far from flat. But it turned out great. It was worth it. Definitely well worth it. It'll be interesting if I ever remake this ever again. Well, I probably will, I'm sure. Because, you know, it's Gordon's Hill. How can you not have Gordon's Hill and Thomas? And yeah, I'm quite happy with it. This actually marks the end of me filming on this green grass mat because I am going to be switching to the yard, it's like type with the tan floor instead. So that will be, well, I'm just happy because half my sets were pretty much on this. There's 4 sets that I did not film on, but that's because I don't have the buildings ready yet. It's like the Vicarage Orchard, the 3-way road, and there's like 2 others. I can't remember what they are, but they're the only ones left. So, I mean, I filmed almost everything for my series on the green grass mats so far. So I am quite content with this. I hope you guys enjoyed this behind the scenes video. It's kind of crazy how it's all turned out, but it looked great in the end, and hopefully it inspires you guys to maybe, you know, make your own that can, you know, match the classic series and whatnot. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.
Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes video. Today we're going to be looking at something a little different than usual. So we've got a lot of my collection laid out here on the table for you guys to see. So I'm going to be making some collection videos. Thanks to Thomas Wooden Railway for the inspiration. He suggested to me that I do videos, collection videos similar to him, so I decided to follow through with his suggestion, and I am currently working on these. So thought I'd show you guys what we've got going on here. And I gotta say, it's pretty dang awesome to have all this stuff just laid out everywhere. So I'm quite happy with it. I can't believe how much stuff I have, because this is just the engines. And honestly, I don't even have that many engines compared to my rolling stock. So I'm gonna pull those out next, and I think it's probably gonna be pretty insane once I get that all laid out. So anyways, I'm just gonna keep this one really short. So thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes feature. Today we are looking at Henry's Tunnel on the back side. So
I call it the backside because it's the way Henry enters in the episode Come Out Henry. He goes in through here and then comes out the other side. And then most of the action takes place on the other side that has the switches. So as you can tell by the clouds, I have actually just been working on the scene, remade it. So yeah, it turned out great. I'm quite happy with this set. It fits together well. I love my terrain system that I created. It all just fits together super well. I'm happy with the way it turned out. Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm very particular about this style of having 2 tracks and 1 track. It always bugged me in later seasons how it kind of got messed up, where it was, 1 and 1, or eventually became 2 and 2. I was happy that in the CGI series they eventually brought back the points that are on the other side. That was one of, as a kid, I particularly remembered that there was those switches, because I love the one scene where Gordon's switching lines, like the movement of his, just him as an engine moving across those points back and forth. I really liked that. So I always remembered it, and so it bummed me out that they got rid of them. So yeah, I'm quite excited to see how all this stuff turns out once I've got both sides together. So this was fun to film on. I'm gonna take this down now and start work on the other side. So that should be good. So I think I will call it quits for now, and I will show you guys what I have once I get the other side set up. So here you can get kind of a view of what things look like down here. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how everything turned out. The sky, the stormy backdrop is just beautiful, and I think it ties everything together so well. So yeah, that is that, and I shall talk to you guys later.
Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes feature. So it is still the same day as my last behind the scenes video, and we are now working on the other side of Henry's tunnel. So I just finished up filming all the scenes and all the remakes. So if you are a true fan of Thomas, you will be able to tell what this is a remake of. So, I mean, there's not too many episodes that take place on this set, so it's kind of obvious what it is. So yeah, this is the side that has the points and the siding, so makes it a little bit different so you can tell them apart. And yeah, it turned out well. I'm relieved to be done. I've got many more sets that I still have to finish up on, so this one is going down right after this video, and the next one is going to go up right after. So hope you guys enjoyed this little behind the scenes feature. Taking a look at this set. It's been a fun set to film on. I'm glad that I only built it on half the table instead of the whole thing, because my back would not be able to handle constantly reaching over to the center. Plus, with the way that this is set up, it's not like I needed more space than this. All the angles from what I saw in the remakes and stuff, the set was, to scale with this. I don't think it really went beyond this area very much, so it might have been a little bit longer, but I'm happy with the way it turned out. I don't think I did this last time, so kind of show you guys what's under here. So since I'm taking it down, it doesn't really matter at this point, but I got a couple of supports there holding everything up, and I've thrown this piece of fabric across it, and there's the tunnels. So ooh, you can dream about that. That's a lovely sight to see. Yeah, so that is that. I'm really happy with the turnout of this set. It's a shame I won't be able to finish all the other sets that I had planned. So many good remakes. It's kind of a bummer that I won't have the full episode remakes out as soon as I'd like. So, but the scenes will be cool to see either way. But so yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this behind the scenes video, and I will talk to you later. Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes feature. Today we are looking at Elsbridge Station, one of the
most seen classic stations from seasons 1 through 4. It's like one of the only few sets that actually appears in all 4 seasons. It's kind of ironic that it then doesn't ever appear afterwards. So, and it has not appeared since, has not come back in CGI. Well, maybe when this video comes out, maybe it will have been rendered in CGI, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up on that one. I've always really liked this set because it's just a unique station. You don't have any other station that's particularly like this with a hill. It always fascinated me as a kid that this bridge went over up there to the little house. But I like it. There's so much potential with it because you have, you know, 2 mainline tracks, the Thomas's branch line, and it's interesting. It's fun being able, there's a lot of things you can do. Lots of characters can come through here and talk and whatnot. As I was remaking it, it's so interesting how in season 2, to mix things up, they just decided, hey, let's flip the set around and we'll show it from the opposite angle back here. And so like episodes like Daisy and Better Late Than Never and The Runaway, like it's strange because you don't even like realize that it's Elsbridge because it's in the opposite direction, but it's actually the exact same set, basically. And that's just really cool how they were able to do that. They were very creative in utilizing those sets back in the day to make it distinct and different. And I miss those days. They were very clever in their work when doing all this stuff. Whereas now in the model series, later on, they would just basically reuse buildings for the same set, for different stations and stuff. So it didn't really feel very different. All the stations just kind of merged together. Each one in the classic series, I felt like had a distinct thing about it. So yeah, if you can tell, I just finished remaking the scene from Percy's Promise. So yeah, that is done. That was the last clip I needed to do on this set. So I am done. I'm taking it down and I'm putting up the next set, which is going to be a big one. So it might even be the last set I film on this summer. So yeah, we will see what happens with that. So anyways, I'm going to wrap it up for now, and I will talk to you guys later, probably later today, and show off the big set. So see you later.
Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes feature. Today I have some big news? No, not news. Something big to show you guys might be the right term for that. Anyways, I'll just show it to you. Here is Tidmouth Sheds in all its glory for my series. I am like beyond excited with how it turned out. I'm thrilled with everything, and it's it's classic series all around. I mean, I did the season 2 style with the work shed over here. We got the roadway on the side. We got the sheds set up, and there's the 2 tracks on the side, like how there was in the earlier seasons. And then over here we've got the dairy and whatnot, like in in all the classic seasons. So with the ocean in the background and everything, this set just took about, I don't know, it took a couple of hours to actually set up. It's got so many little things in it and whatnot, but I am really happy with the turnout. Yeah, I really don't know what more to say except just enjoy it, take it all in. That is the Bachmann Tidmouth Sheds, and it is modified, so it has a narrower angle, so that way the engines could sit in front and they weren't all stuck just like directly in front of the turntable like how most Bachmann users have to do it. Also, this moves, which makes me very, very happy. So yeah, that is that. I haven't filmed anything on it yet. I just finished setting it up, but
thought it was worth making a behind the scenes video for. So yeah, that is that. I'm going to get started on it. I still have the cloudy, stormy backdrop up from filming on Elsbridge. So I'm going to get started doing those scenes that take place at Tidmouth first. So I'm going to do like the rain scene from the Adventure Begins with Thomas talking to Henry and whatnot. So should be good. I'm quite excited to film on this. I've only got a couple of days left before I've got to leave for school. So the goal is to finish filming on this as fast as possible. I'd like to be able to film on the watermill and Farquhar Station and the bus depot if possible before I leave. But considering I have less than a week and Tidmouth Sheds is a beast of a to-do list, I don't know if that's even going to be possible. But my goal is to at least finish this, because if I can do this, then I'll have tons and tons of content to show you guys. So yeah, that is the latest on that. Anyways, I will talk to you all later.
Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes feature. So I'm still on Tidmouth. It's actually been about, I'd say 4 days or so since I since I built this and I did the last behind the scenes video. So I have been working like crazy nonstop. That's why I haven't taken the time to do a behind the scenes video again on it, because I've just been working so dang hard to get as much filmed on this set as possible. So I actually just finished all the daytime stuff. So that means I finished all the stuff for my series. I also remade every single scene that takes place on Tidmouth Sheds in seasons 1 through 4 in the daytime. So it took forever to do it, but it is done, and now I'm able to continue on and film a bunch of other stuff. So we will be moving to the evening backdrop next. So that's just kind of the status of things now. You can see that I just barely finished up the remake of A Better View for Gordon. So that is that. I hope to snag a few more of these behind the scenes videos before I have to finish up. Tomorrow is my last day of filming, so we're kind of on the home stretch and it's getting down to the wire. So we'll see how it goes. So talk to you guys later. Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes feature. So I was in the middle of filming the name board sequences that were used in the classic series, and I thought it'd just be kind of cool to show you guys what it looks like behind the scenes. So here's just a couple of them sitting out. So we've got Duck right here. I did the engines over there. Donald and Douglas are ready for theirs in just a second. And yeah, here's kind of all the names spread out all over the place. I designed it myself last night, and I think it turned out pretty well, pretty accurate to the classic series. So I am quite content with it, and I'm excited to show you guys these. It'll be fun to play between episodes and whatnot in VHS style formats. So I'm quite excited for you guys to see it all. So anyways, thought I'd show you guys that, and I will talk to you later. Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes video. So today is our last day of filming, and so far it's been pretty intense, and we've still got more that we have to finish up. So I finished on the evening backdrop, and right now I am working on the nighttime scenes, and I have set up, I'll show you guys over here, the Woodland Scenics Just Plug lighting system, and I've got it wired into the Tidmouth Shed set, the work shed, and then I have it on the signal up here pointing down. So I'm gonna leave the camera here, and I am going to actually turn off the lights so that way you guys can see what it looks like, kind of the change there. So 1 second. So that is what it looks like. So I'm quite happy with how it turned out. I think it looks great. We got the spotlight on the front of the shed. The work shed looks
pretty cool. It's a shame I didn't actually like script very much to take place in there at night. So next time I'm writing, that's the cool thing about when I've been filming. I've had all these ideas of like, man, I should have had something happen there, or like a scene take place here instead of there and whatnot. So I'm excited to get use out of these locations again. So I've got 2 lights in Tidma sheds, and I think it looks great because it lights up the interior of the shed. I wish that I could make it a little brighter out here, but it's pretty good. So I'm not a fan in the CGI series how there's like, I don't even think there's any lights out in front of the shed, whereas there were in the classic series. And to me, in a rail yard like that, I feel like you would have lights on the turntable, because that's not something you want to just have, in the dark when you have people walking around or engines moving. So, yeah, I feel like, plus I don't like how in the CGI series, the faces of the engines in the sheds aren't well lit because the light's behind them. So I'm surprised that they haven't like changed that up or tried to fix it or something, but yeah, so that's what I tried to do for mine. I think the glow in the background just looks awesome, gives a different look to it. I'm really happy with how this turned out. So yeah, that is that. I'm probably gonna film a couple other behind the scenes videos today as well, because there's been, I said like in one of my first behind the scenes videos, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna show you guys this about my set or that and whatnot, and I never actually got around to it. So since today's the last day, I might as well get around to all of that, so that way got it all recorded and whatnot. So yeah, maybe in the future I'll do some behind the scenes videos of me editing and stuff and kind of show you guys the process of that. But I don't know, we'll see what that is gonna be like in the future. Everything's kind of up in the air with what's gonna happen in the next week or so. So it should be an interesting change. I'm excited for this new chapter in my life. This one's been really fun, being able to spend so much time filming, but I'm definitely excited to do something new and not be hunched over a large table for 40 hours a week, because my back can no longer take that. So anyways, I will talk to you guys later.
Hello everyone, this is Sidekick Jason doing another behind the scenes feature. So I'm done. I am done filming for the summer. I just finished the last remake. As you can see, everything becomes a total mess by the end. I was hurrying so fast to get it done. I've got to hurry and try and take down as much of this as possible before I go. So it's been a crazy day, but it's done. I finished Tidma Sheds. I did all the remakes on it. I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get it done, and I didn't know where I'd be at with scene-wise, and I was kind of worried that I'd have to make the set again later to finish filming my scenes and stuff, but I don't think I'll have to build this set for quite some time, not until I do stuff for season 5. So I am done with this. So it's been an awesome set, really, like truly one of my favorites that I've ever done. The remakes were a pain, but it's not like I'm gonna remake things twice. So kind of a fun one-time thing to do. It was cool really actually seeing every single scene that has taken place on Tidmouth, and over the past week I've watched every single one of them from seasons 1 through 4, and it's cool to I got to see things kind of more through the eyes of what Britt and David saw, and it's neat to see how things came together, and I got to kind of look at how they transition things, and I noticed how in certain scenes they'd keep the same things as previous scenes and whatnot, and so it was fun to do all of this and to get an idea of what they were doing when they originally produced the series. So yeah, this set is done. I'm taking it down. I'm gonna try, after I clean up all of this, do a quick video of some of my other collection stuff, but I may have to get to that later. So anyways, thank you guys for watching, and
I will see you all hopefully later. I don't know exactly. Who knows? I may not have time to film today. So this might be the last behind the scenes video. Well, I guess it depends on if I'm going to do them while I edit. But if not,
thank you guys for watching. This has been truly an amazing summer, and I'm glad that I got to share a lot of it with you guys and be able to show this fun experience. And I hope you guys get to see the final product soon. So anyways, talk to y'all later.